Hello, my beautiful friends. My name is Seidel Schultz, and I am a vocal intuitive and light-filled astrologer. And today we are talking about Chiron in the 11th house. Okay, so let's break it down. Chiron in the 11th house. As a vocal intuitive, I'm really listening to our natal charts. I am listening to the planets really for what they are saying to us, what they are saying to you, and how they can help us express our life in a better way, in a more fluid way. And when I listen to Chiron, I hear Jesus. Chiron is the wounded healer. And what is Jesus? Jesus is the ultimate healer. So, where Chiron is showing up in our life will show us where we can really implement this one on one personal relationship with Jesus. So, this isn't like, um, learning about him in the scriptures. This is like applying him to our life. How can we apply him to our life, and how can he make the greatest difference in our life? I was talking to a client just yesterday, in fact, and we were talking about Chiron, and she's like, "Well, I want him like in all of these areas," and I do too. Like, of course, I want him in my character and helping me with my body and helping me with my value and helping me with my communication and helping me in my home and with creation and all of these areas of my life. I want him in every single area. And my response to that question is when we step into really allowing Christ in our lives in that area where we have our greatest wounding, that is where just I just thought of something in my own life. This is where then we allow him more easily to be involved in every single area of our life. So today we're talking about the 11th house. The 11th house is typically looked at as the house of friendship, the house of groups. Like this is a where really where what's talked about most. I also want to include in this our hopes and our dreams, because the 11th house can also be the house of our hopes and dreams. And this is where, yes, have I had wounding in groups before? Absolutely, like big time in a 12th grade in front of a class, was totally made fun of by a group that went up after me based on how I said a specific word. Holy cow, my nose gets so itchy. It's so funny when I do these videos. So have I had wounding in that? Yes. Have I had wounding in friendships? Yes. I think we all have. Yes. But it's so fascinating to me how where is my greatest wounding is actually with hopes and dreams. We just got a new kitten, so sorry for the distraction. Um, in my hopes and dreams, I was literally crying about it this morning. So this is like perfect timing for me, perfect timing for whoever, if you have Chiron in the 11th house, this is where Jesus is coming to us and he's saying, I want to help you with your hopes and dreams. Like, I want you to have those. He wants us to have those hopes and dreams. He wants us to have these friendships that mean a lot to us. He wants us to be able to step into being a healer in a group space, being able to be a leader in this group space. So we are going to dive in. So this is where Jesus is bringing us healing. Now, the sign that he is sitting in this house, that is what value he is bringing to that healed space. Right? So the thing that we want to experience the most in that area. If you're not familiar with where your Chiron is, you can go ahead and head over to astro-charts.com and put your birth information in, and and Chiron looks like a key. Look at my little kitty. A Chiron looks like a key, which is so perfect. Was the key to your healing. I feel like Jesus is the key to so many things, but the key to your healing. So this is it right there, the key to Jesus. So that's what it looks like. Um, all right, so let's go through the signs. Let's talk about Aries. Oh my gosh. Aries in Chiron in Aries in the 11th house, like, is this ability to help us directly receive our hopes and dreams, to have a feel and experience that passion in friendships and feel and experience this um feel and experience this beautiful um directness and this beautiful passion and fire, like moving your body kind of fire and allowing your body to move. This is one of the things, oh my gosh, this is what I'm the things like I'm seeing Aries in that energy with this Chiron in there, and it's like this stuck energy. It feels so stuck, and like the body is stuck and you can't do anything. So what is Jesus bringing the ability for you to do? To be able to move your body in the direction of your hopes and dreams. Boom. Like that just feels so good to me. Okay, let's go next to Taurus. Taurus is awesome. Taurus is a money sign. And when we look in our chart for money, one of the places that we look is what's going on in Taurus. And there are a lot of people that have their Chiron is in Taurus. Obviously, a lot of people are going to have Chiron in Taurus. And so we can have this wounding with money. And what connects us to our hopes and our dreams, oftentimes money will connect us to that. And so here Jesus is coming in here and he's saying, look how cute my cat is. He's saying, he's saying, I want to bring you abundance. I want to bring your hopes and dreams to you in abundance. I want you to have an abundance of the friendships that you want to have and the relationships that you want to have. And um, this like group, like this leadership in group, if that is what your desire, again, that is going back to our desires. And the key here with Jesus in this house is in Taurus, it isn't just abundance of any kind. It's not, oh, it's not abundance of let me see how I can explain this. It's not abundance in a way of like big showy, not necessarily big showy, right? Taurus can be really extravagant, it can be really gorgeous, but this is like a calm space. It's leading from calm to abundance. Sometimes I think Leo also has this like really abundant energy, and like it could be looked at like that because it's so expressive. And Taurus is not that. That is not what Jesus is bringing to our hopes and dreams in the sign of Taurus. What he's bringing us is first to be calm, is first to be in this space where we feel grounded and we have the ability to hope, and that feels really powerful. Like I feel calm in my hope. um oh my goodness, it's just like such a difference between high hopes and grounded hope. And this here is like Jesus helps us have this grounded hope. And you know, in Aries, he helps us have this like passionate hope, right? Oh, that just feels so good. And then in Gemini, oh, feels so good, you guys. Like Gemini, what is he bringing to the hopes and dreams with Gemini? He's bringing this ability to have fun with our hopes and dreams and to not, so that it doesn't feel super heavy. And the other thing that I'm seeing with Gemini, and I'm seeing it really clearly, is like he bridges the gap between, I love Gemini in the bridging the gap and bridging the gap between heaven and earth, because Gemini is such an air sign and it's like bridging that gap. So how do we bring your hopes and dreams from this physical, from the spiritual plane, like because you create in the spiritual first, into this physical, into the physical existence? And Jesus can help you do that. Like he helps you cross over, he helps you know what questions to ask, what direction to go. Big time on the questions, like big time on the questions. Jesus, what questions do I need to ask in regards to receiving my hopes and my dreams? Okay, let's go into Cancer. Oh my gosh. One of the things that I want to start with as we dive into Cancer is this thing that I don't think that is talked about very often with Cancer, and I haven't actually talked about it with Cancer in any of the other videos, but I feel like it's so important to talk about it here, especially with our hopes and our dreams, and especially in Cancer. One of the things that I really love about Cancer as I get to know Cancer is this ability that it has to be protective. Like I was just talking to somebody the other day about Cancer, and like how Cancer is like the mama energy, right? And you don't mess with mama bear. Like, if anything, there's nothing scarier than a mom that's mad, like a mom that is protecting its child. And as I feel Jesus coming into this energy, and especially into the energy of our hopes and our dreams, um, he's coming in, and I just feel him saying, I am protecting your hopes and dreams, and I am here, and I want to hold them, and I want to nurture your hopes and dreams together. Like he wants to do it with you, and coming in and like bringing you to a space where you can really be in this feminine energy, whether you're a man or not, but you can be in this feminine energy to receive your hopes and your dreams. And he is there balancing out, like he is the masculine energy to this really feminine energy. Um, okay, I just want to look at one thing really, really quickly. Hold just a moment. Okay, yes. So I'm just like really like he is stepping into this masculine energy so that you can really step into this place of femininity with your hopes and your dreams. I actually kind of I hopefully he's not being too distracting, but I kind of love the joy and the lightness that he is bringing to this area, because sometimes I think it's really easy, especially uh 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 with our hopes and dreams. Isn't he cute? He's so cute. With our hopes and dreams, sometimes we can get kind of bogged down with them with our wounding when our wounding is in there. And so here he is coming in, and he's like, okay, it doesn't have to be that heavy. Like, here is a great example. Okay. So, okay, let's talk about Leo. Leo is a ton of fun. Leo very much is this expressive energy. And oh my gosh, as I am looking at the as I am just like really listening to Chiron and Leo, um it just it just feels to me like this ability to, like, what does Jesus bring to those with Chiron and Leo in the 11th house? This ability to have hopes and dreams, and this ability to be like excited about them, and to be um expressive with them, and to express our hopes and dreams. And I'm not necessarily saying like expressing them to other people, but just being able to be, oh, I hear. So like even just expressing that to ourselves, like this is what I desire, but then going out and living the expression of it. So when I see expression, I see it in a couple of different ways. Obviously, I see it with our words, like what are we saying? But our actions are also expressive. And like our actions express for us things that we are not saying with our words. So whether we're saying something or not, we're expressing. Body language is a huge form of expression. The way we drive our car, that is an expression. Like the way we grocery shop, all of these things are forms of expression. And so Jesus coming in to this 11th house space in Leo gives us the ability to express our hopes and dreams and really live in that expression of our hopes and dreams. And so, one of the questions that I hear as I listen to Chiron and Leo in the 11th house is, okay, Jesus, what's my next expression step? What's my next step in expressing my hopes and dreams? Can help me express my hopes and my dreams, even just in the very small, like I want to be able to say this is what I want, and ask him to help you do that. Like how beautiful is that? Okay, now we're stepping into to Virgo, and even I'm just gonna back up to Leo for just a second. And even with our friendships, like help me be expressive with my friendships and help me create this place where we can have expression. Like it isn't it's not just about the person that has Chiron in Leo expressing is also about other people being able to express. So, right, when we step into this place of uh, our greatest wound is now healed, then we step into the place in our own lives of being a healer in that. And as we step into that, then we are an example of what it looks like for other people to be able to step into that. We get to be um what's the word, we get to be leaders, we get to be inspiring, like they did it, I can do it. Like that's the space that we can step into as we heal our wound around hopes and dreams, as we heal our wound about friendships, and like big group friendships, right? And so oh my gosh, like just how beautiful is that? So as we experience it, then we become an example. That's the word I was looking for earlier. We become an example of how other people can also experience it. Okay. All right. Okay. Virgo. So let's talk about Virgo. Virgo. Oh, oh my gosh. I just really love Virgo. I love the, I just am getting information. I love the strengths that Virgo has and even the weaknesses that Virgo has. So it can help us, even the weaknesses, right? And this happens with the light and the shadow, the strengths and the weaknesses for any sign. We can use that as a way to like help us really connect to it in the light side. So even the shadow, like the shadow brings it, we can seek the shadow. We seek Christ in the shadow of that space, right? Um, uh, so if we take Virgo for an example, like what can happen or what it feels like to me is happening is like being very detailed about exactly what we want, exactly how we want it, exactly when we want it to show up, like all of that. And that is like really stepping into this place of trying to control our hopes and dreams, trying to like really mental it out and like put all the details in place so that it will happen exactly how it's meant to happen. And Jesus comes in and he's like, okay, but let's do it in a little bit of a different way. And one of the things that I super love about Virgo and this ability to like we take um, this detail oriented perspective of the Virgo, and we give them this oracle clarity. So this is one of the things that I super love about Virgo is the ability that a Virgo has in this area of their life. So wherever Virgo is in your chart, this like lends to this oracle clarity and this ability to be detailed um and and when I say detailed and oracle clarity, I don't mean like detailed in exactly what we think should happen, but detailed in how heaven has aligned it for us for it to happen for us. Does that make sense? um and so we have bringing in that oracle clarity as we speak it, we begin to speak and prophesy how the details of the plan. Holy cow. So what is Jesus bringing us? Like Jesus is bringing us the ability, those with Virgo in the 11th house, this ability to really speak and have this oracle clarity and come to, it's like speaking things into existence. That is kind of what it feels like with this Virgo there. And so not getting bogged down by the details or everything has to be in place in order for me to receive my hopes and dreams. Everything has to be um, perfected. Everything has to be like, I can't be happy unless things are exactly the way that I want them. With this Virgo coming in there and Jesus coming in with this Virgo, it's like, oh, this is the picture that I see, right? And so this is what I think perfect looks like. And heaven comes in and heaven's like, this is what perfect really looks like. And this is what your perfect dream actually looks like. And this, the ability to expand our vision for the details and the details that we need to focus on at the moment. So it's like, okay, Jesus, what detail do I need to focus on at the moment? What, like, in what way can I use my speech to call in my hopes and dreams? What is it that I need to speak today? Oh my gosh, that is so powerful. I have used it this way before. Virgo's being in my third house, so really connected to communication. And the more you use it and the more you connect to it, you really truly do connect to the power of creation in this kind of way. Okay, next up we have Libra, I'm sorry. We have Libra. Libra, Libra is this peacemaker energy, and Libra is this balanced energy. So what is Libra bringing to us in this place? It's like bringing this ability to have balance in our hopes and dreams, bringing this balance into our friendships. And it's interesting to say balance in our hopes and dreams. Okay, so what I'm hearing is like balance in our hopes and dreams, like in where we're at right now, and then getting to our hope, getting to our dreams, getting to the friendships that we really desire to have. Like, it's so um it's so great because when I see Libra, I see like this really the balancing of the scales. And when you balance a scale, like you can't just put two things on a scale and immediately have balance, right? You put something on the scale and then this side's heavier, and then you put something else on the scale, and then you see like, is this side still heavier? Then you add a little bit more. And then does this side become a little bit heavier? And now this side's a little bit lighter. So you're creating this balance. And so this is what he's bringing into this house, into this space of Libra in your hopes and dreams, as balance between where I'm at now and where I'm headed, and how to get to the space of where I'm headed and still feel the peace as I'm walking my way there, whether that's with your hopes and dreams, whether that's with your friendships, like regardless of whatever that is. And so that really is what he's bringing to you in that space. Okay, and then we've got Scorpio. Scorpio, I really love Scorpio. Um, oh, and looking at it in the way of I'm just like closing my eyes and feeling the energy of Scorpio, right? One of the things that I absolutely love about Scorpio is this ability to impact the inside of the body, and create internal movement in the body. And a lot of times, it's just like Aries has this outside body movement, so it like moves the outside of the body, but Scorpio moves the inside of the body, and Scorpio is so deep. And as I'm just like listening to um Chiron in Scorpio, as I'm listening to Jesus in Scorpio, one of the things that I see so clearly is when he's connecting us to our hopes and dreams. It's like, wait for it, wait for it. There it is. And it's like this whoo, feeling in our body, moving us to this place where our insides are now moving, and we can feel that alignment. Um, we can feel that alignment with our hopes and dreams. And so this is patience. Like, what does Jesus bring to those in Scorpio with their hopes and dreams in Scorpio, with in the 11th house, with our friendships? It's like this patience, this deep connectedness, um, not just to our hopes and dreams, not just to our friends, but also to our path to get there. And it's like, okay, we're walking, and now we're running. And now run, go fast, like get there. And not run as in like a panicked run, but run is like an impassioned run, like not like dun 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 dun, just like I can't even think of a song right now. Just like go with the feeling that I'm having, but it's just like we're getting there. Yes, yes. It's like when you're at the end of the race and you see the finish line and you're like, oh, and then all of a sudden you're like really of like all this energy is just flowing through you and now you're running and you can't help but get there and you're like getting there quickly because you're so excited to cross the finish line. Like that's what it feels like to me, is this inside the body. It's like this inside the body movement. And it's like, okay, and now go, and now do, and now we can achieve. And waiting for the right friends and understanding what it is that you're looking for and going in and having these deep conversations with Jesus about your hopes and dreams, having these deep conversations with him about your friendships, and just really bringing you into a space where you feel that internally and then you make the move. That feels so good. That feels so good. Okay. Sagittarius. Um, Hala Sagittarius, because Sagittarius is, I know that they say like it's a really lucky sign, and I have talked about Sagittarius in this way where I'm just looking at my notes. Just like looking at Sagittarius in this way, I've talked about it in other videos where it's like Sagittarius is so lucky because that there's this head heart connection. Like they really speak from their mind, but when they are connected to their mind, they really speak fire to the heart. Boom. So what is like, oh gosh, and this is just what I hear. What is Jesus bringing to you if you have Sagittarius, like Chiron and Sagittarius in the 11th house? He is speaking fire to your heart. And he does it through your head. Like he'll speak to your head and then it fires right into your heart. Um, this is why Sagittarius can be so confident. This is why Sagittarius can be so lucky, because the thing that creates the most movement energetically is head heart alignment. There's nothing else that creates movement like that. You want to manifest your dreams, you get your head and your heart aligned, and then it happens really quickly. You want to manifest your hopes, you get your head and your heart aligned really quickly. And the best way for you to do that, Sagittarius, like in this, I mean, this is obviously, um, everybody could use Jesus in this area. But again, this is magnified with those that have Chiron in Sagittarius. You let Jesus help you get your heart aligned. You help him let you get your help you get your mind aligned. And you're like, speak, Jesus, speak to my heart, speak to my mind, help me get these things aligned so we can create this magnetic energy. You can be magnetic for friends. You can be magnetic in groups. You can be magnetic with your hopes and dreams. It's just a matter of being in alignment with your head, having your head and your heart in alignment, which Jesus can help you do. Okay, three more signs left. Oh my gosh, Capricorn. I freaking love Capricorn. Capricorn to me feels like the easiest of all of the signs with all so many of the things, because it's like, okay, let's set a structure. And this is the structure that we're going to set up. And once we have the structure in place, then we can just do, because this is how we do it. Like, this is how we do it. And this is what Capricorn does. And so what is Jesus bringing to you in your hopes and dreams? What is he bringing to you in your friendships? He's like, let me give you the structure. Let me give you the structure for how you get to your hopes and dreams. And then you achieve that hope, and then you go back to your structure to get to the next hope. And then you go back to that structure to get to your next hope. You have a structure set up for like, this is so say you have a group, you have like a Facebook group or whatever. This is how you structure your group. This is the structure that is specifically needed in order for you to step in this space of being a healing leader. This is the structure that you need in friendships. So you go specifically to Jesus and you're like, okay, I've got all this chaos. I've got this whole huge mess and I need structure. What are the two things that I need in this area of my life to create the best flow. Because that's really what Capricorn's desire is. Capricorn's desire is really to have that flow. And so that was what you were asking Jesus, those that have Capricorn in the 11th house. Chiron and Capricorn in the 11th house. Okay, Aquarius. All right, Aquarius, let's talk about it. Let's talk about what it is that you want. What it is that you want. Let's dial it in. I just this I'm just hearing right now it's just like a little to the left. Okay, turn it a little more. Okay, that was a little bit too much. And dial it back just a little bit. And okay, now we have it dialed just in perfectly. And so what is Jesus doing? Jesus is helping you dial in where it is that you want to go. Aquarius is fantastic at getting where they want to go and getting there quickly. So the issue then really becomes where you want to go and what it is that you really want, and really dialing that in very specifically so that you can get to where you're wanting to go, lightning speed. And Jesus wants to help you do that. This would be a great example for Aquarius. One time, as I was doing my CEO Power Hour with God, he was like, look, your business is a jet, like, because you're taking people places, right? And even though so we're like taking this outside of astrology, right? Because Aquarius is not in my 10th house, but you're taking people places. And so he's like, I'm the pilot, you're the co-pilot, because he's the CEO, I'm the president, right? And then I have two VAs, and like they're the wings, and Jesus is like the wind beneath our wings. He's like the air. But in this case, um, Jesus is your pilot. Jesus is the co-pilot, and he's like, actually, you know what it feels like? It feels like you're a pilot in training, and you might be piloting, he's co-piloting, but it's really like driver's ed for an airplane. And he's sitting there and he's like, okay, dial it just like a little bit this way and a little bit this way. And so he can help you get it really, really dialed into what it is that you're really wanting to experience, what your hopes and dreams really are, what you want to experience with your friendships. And then you can go, and then you can like just really get there. And that feels like such a better experience for everyone involved, because Aquarius, when you're there and when you're dialing things in and when you have these hopes and dreams, you will impact so many people around you, just because that is how it works. That's how Aquarius works. Aquarius takes people to places. And let me tell you what, like, my Aquarius is sitting in the 8th house, and I absolutely do that. Like, as soon as I step into transformation, guess where my family's going? My family is going to the place of transformation, and they're just kind of like, what? Like, and it's so great. It's so incredibly, um, fantastic. Okay, so let's finish up this video with Pisces. Pisces. Pisces is, to me, um, Pisces is the air sign of the water. Pisces feels very much like an air sign, and I'm sure if you've seen any of my other videos about this, you know I say Pisces really connects us so directly to heaven. Like, to me, Pisces is our direct connection to heaven. The image that I see with a Pisces sound is baptism, and it's like this. Physical embodiment of the spiritual thing. And so when we are connecting to Jesus in our hopes and dreams, what Jesus is bringing us, like this Pisces experience in our hopes and dreams, is feeling it in our body. And this is a little bit different than Scorpio, right? Because Scorpio, what's happening is like, uh it's like, and now it's time to move, and it creates this inner movement in our body. And Pisces feels more like, I just heard Rafiki, is it from Lion King? It's time, like that. but in a different way. Like, so Scorpio's waiting for the move, right? And Pisces is just like, and this is it. Like, and now you have found your hope and dream. And now you have found exactly what it is that you're looking for. And you really feel it in your body because Pisces can feel so, um, it can feel so intangible. That's the word I'm looking for. It feels so intangible. And when you're coming into the space, and your hopes and dreams, so your hopes and dreams, they feel intangible, and that does not feel great. Friendships feel intangible. Just like being a leader in a group that feels intangible. And so what is it that Jesus is bringing into this area? This ability to be like, and it's tangible. And this is the thing, like, oh gosh, it just feels so much like, um, this is your right next step. This is the right next hope. And then we'll expand the hope. And and how beautiful is that? Like Jesus is creating this expansive hope, like expanding the hope each time and being like, okay, so now we received that hope. And I want you to see that you received that hope and you felt it in your body and you were like, this is the next hope I go for. Like this is the next friendship in my circle. This is the next person I'm friends with. This, like, I know you're my friend and I've been waiting for you. Kind of like that kind of experience, and then expanding that in that space and bringing even more into this tangible space. So it's like line upon line, in the space of our hopes and dreams, line upon line in the space of our friendships, and allowing ourselves to expand into the new growth, and the new growth and the new, like, embodiment of our hopes and our dreams. It really, um I think, Pisces really has this ability to bring the spiritual into the physical plane, because that's what it feels like to me. Spiritual into the physical. And so this is what he's bringing. Like he's helping you bring the spiritual into the physical, and he's doing it in a way that's like, and this is the next hope, and now this is the next hope, and then creating expansion in that. How incredible. I really, really love that. Okay, I hope this video was helpful. I just wanted to say one other thing. You can have Chiron in retrograde, and Chiron in retrograde can make it feel like it's harder to access Jesus. So if that's the case, then you're gonna, like, there's a lot of things that you can do, and it will make a difference too, what Chiron is aspecting with and the other things in your chart. So one of the things that I say is, I said recently to someone, is visualize him, see where he's at. Like if you two were standing in a field, how close is he? And then start having those conversations with him, and start having those conversations with him about your hopes and dreams specifically, so that you can start getting closer. So obviously this is something we're going to want to do, regardless if it's in retrograde or not. But for those specifically with Chiron in retrograde, I want you to visualize, him and see him, and start seeing him walking closer and closer to you until he's standing next to you having this conversation. And I think that will be really helpful. Okay, like and subscribe for more videos. Next week, I will be doing the 12th house, which is the subconscious. The 12th house to me really, is so indicative, of our personal relationship with God. Like ninth house is learning, ninth house is religion, 12th house is this personal relationship and with God and the subconscious. Okay. All right. Until next week, we'll see you then. Thanks for joining me.